What's up, guys? Today is my father's birthday, January 24th. Today we're basically gonna just go and I think we're going to Texas Roadhouse just to have a nice family dinner. Unless my mother does what she usually does and just is like freaks out, and then we end up going home. It's good to celebrate his birthday because you know he's gone through a lot of crap, so it's best to celebrate him. Now, Angelo, once again, you didn't watch the freaking videos, so you know that you were like played music again during your video. Great job. We didn't get caught for it. But I'm just saying, dude, you're not going to start watching these, I know, but you're an idiot. Adam, I just watched your video, just came up late. You know, you talked about sports so freaking much, it was BS. I truly did like your idea on, give two options as a punishment thing. You know, after Angelo, if he does his this month, I get one from him. But you're saying about the annotation thing. That wasn't a punishment. That was an idea of a segment that Angelo was saying, oh, we need more segments and shit. I was saying that we go back, say you made that video, and now Angelo and I would go back to the video that you made, and we would annotate it, and like with a commentary, basically. And then we would all go back and watch. But that is a lot of work, and it was just a small, minor idea I didn't know if you guys actually wanted to do or not. So that's all that was. It was a good week. We had another delay, like we had thousands and thousands of delays. Might have been the coldest day to walk to school and back. I'd just like 0 degrees literally. Like I showed you guys, I got these bass strings the other day, $45. Fun stuff, but you know I need it, and my good friend Eric Cheswick is gonna come over someday to put those on because I gotta learn how to put them on myself, but I didn't. The other day I went to the mall with Chris Stangi and Al Caton. We basically just did nothing, so we ended up going back to Alex's house and we watched Jersey Shore. We watched Jersey Shore just because we could. Chris was basically all like, what the fuck are we watching this for? And me and Alec were just making fun of it. Mostly because we thought the main character was their telephone, which was in the shape of a duck. I think maybe before even last week's video, I got this little journal from my mother. It's basically about, started in 1992, and it's basically, you know, the way I was born. I was born through in vitro fertilization, which is a totally big process with many shots and many trips to Philadelphia. But this thing goes all the way to 1994, actually. This thing's almost completely filled. And I'm just wondering, you know, it's going to be filled with, like, crap that I might not want to hear. But it was very nice of her to say, oh, why don't you read this? Because she basically just left it on my steps and said, to basically wanting me to read this notebook. It says first cycle and second cycle, which means the cycles in which I had to be born through. Which, if you really want to know, I'll talk about how I was born exactly another day. But should I read it or not? I'd like to hear what you think about that. I also, you guys were over the other day, yesterday. I got to use up that pizza, which I'm very grateful for Angelo's father actually paying for. And a problem it seems, though, that I have is that I can't find common ground enough with people to do actually anything at my house. It just kind of seems that everyone has their own things and what they want to do. And then we end up just sitting around. And then I showed you guys pictures of my fatness. I'll show pictures right here now of me being fat and maybe a couple of my family. I told you guys I had a dream the other day. It was a couple good days ago, and you know, it was weird. It started off like, oh, fucking like back in the old days where we hung out with Tony Sacco and Al Caton and like the whole lunch table at our old school. And it was basically, it was weird. I could actually perform the Kamehameha from freaking Dragon Ball Z, which was weird as shit. But randomly, freaking Chelsea Schultz was like, I miss talking to you and shit, like as if she was talking to me now. But I was like thinking, fuck, why don't I talk to her? And then I was like thinking, fuck, she's different. She's not the same person. She ended up being a totally person that I originally liked. So I will never talk to her again because she is a freaking bitch that is just concerned with her fat self. Yeah, I said fat. I probably shouldn't have said that. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna edit it out. Another thing, Angelo, I was aware before you were talking about it, a friend of yours died at Holy Cross School, and it made me start thinking, dude, death. I know, like, my grandmother in her old age is all like, oh, like, every other day someone she knows is dead because they're freaking 80 years old. Now, are you guys afraid of death? Because I know you guys didn't freaking talk about occupation like I wanted you to into your last videos, but maybe you could talk about that and death for your next ones. What do you think about death? I know I'm not fearful of dying right now, and especially when I'm going to be older, I'm going to be totally accepting of death Now, what do I think about what happens after you die is a totally different subject that I don't really want to talk about in this video, but in a future one, so I have more time. You know, right now we are young, and dying is a terrible thing. That kid probably worked hard to do well in school and prepare for his future, and gone. He's gone. It's terrible. That's a terrible thing. But these old people are going to church and praying basically every day because they are afraid to die now. They are afraid to die now, which I would think at that point they are accepting that they are going to die soon. I'll tell you this, I'm already accepting that I'm going to die when I'm at least older, or I could die before this video is freaking uploaded, which I highly doubt, which is why I am not afraid of death. I am just not afraid. You know, I'm a pussy with most things. If I got a knife up to my neck, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to suffer, so I'm afraid. But if I know I'm going to die, I'm going to die. So what do you guys think of it? And I would really appreciate you guys talking about it. I think it was ironic that I started off this video with talking about my dad's birthday, and then ending it with death. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video partially. I hope I talked about yours enough to satisfy you in your sportsfulness. I'm never gonna like sports. So, peace, fuck off, and disapproval. Goodbye.